Hi, and welcome to my Saturday stream and scream of Danganronpa. What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Mind fucking blown! Huh?
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Could it be? Can that possibly? Reckon restaurant.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
How do I grab things? Hello,
Hifumi
Mimi.
was dead, without a doubt.
Is there a way to do the controls on this? Ha ha! Hallelujah! Holy shit balls! Somebody write these down! Write these down! Left bumper is select. Truth bullet. Left bumper.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement
Did it get
was
deflected
made.
or something?
Are we really so sure about that?
Along with the rest of us, Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No.
And that is why
God
the
damn it.
announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that?
Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No, that's not the right one to do. I thought there was a way to, like, grab it.
Are
but
you saying
Hifumi's
firing.
dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Okay, so I need the one
Are we
after it.
really so sure about that? Maybe
These
the
fucking
announcement
controls,
was intended
dude.
to signal someone else's discovery.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had
Tap!
been
Tap!
No, that's wrong.
Holy shit, the struggle is
Was the
real!
body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Are you lazy?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Was it just after his body came to life? I thought it was just before his body came back to life. I meant the... Yeah. Okay, sorry. The second answer is what I meant to say. What? Did I accidentally misclick the same thing again? Oh, they moved it! Son of a bitch!
We heard it a second
They
time.
reordered them! I instantly assumed it'd be in the second spot again and clicked on the second one immediately without actually reading it. Today is not my day.
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
When the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning
He wasn't actually dead the
found
second
dead
time we found
until
him.
we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it.
He came back to
There's
life!
one other
and
thing that leads
monologued.
me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
The glasses.
I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Yep. Beautiful job there,
That is
Jill.
the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Oh, she's so upset that all of her plans are becoming unraveled. Oh, god damn it. Please, no.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned,
No, shit,
there
not.
was no
What?
notable difference.
Oh my fucking Christ, that's not
Was
what I
he
want.
really still alive?
Of course not. It is impossible. This is ridiculous. Well, here's one thing we did. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse, and then
Yep.
found his body just
Full story, bro.
It was in. But when you compare his
The
body
fact
to
that it's
other than the
tap
change
and
in
hold.
how it was positioned,
What? But. Oh, was it the next thing that she says?
well, here's one thing we do.
Yeah. My patience is like totally fucking
But when
gone.
you compare his body with other than the change, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong. In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood.
And his hair was pointy. See how pointy?
But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless.
And his hair's not as pointy.
And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
His pointy hair. Wait, no, that's not right. Where is it? Nope. There it is. Yep.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
What a memory on you.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
Oh my god,
What
just
I'm
never
saying
talk
is,
again, Hiro.
The blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes
There's
possible. wouldn't
such
you say?
fat shaming on poor Hifumi.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead,
Copious corpse.
what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The
Well, it
fridge
was
in the
pink.
nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
I got it!
Taka himself!
It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository,
Sakura.
someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository.
She looks unamused by these proceedings.
So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
Sakura's mind is fucking blown.
I just can't believe it.
Her mind is blown by reading the back of a bottle of cold medicine.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Oh, now she's getting cocky. Look at that smirk. The smirkiest smirk that ever
There's
smirked.
more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Where is that note? Nope. Wrong note. Ah, there we go.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
Giggle, giggle, giggle.
What? In his... pants?
Ah, Jill.
Yes, his pants.
That was actually a pretty good one, and go ahead and repeat that for the YouTube viewers. Cold medicine. I suspect Io. He stands in the kitchen for hours staring at orange juice because the bottle says concentrate.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
Awkward Makoto is awkward. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been... I got it! That's right!
I got it!
Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
Sustained?
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
TikTok versus Huffy.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
She has the best positions. You're thinking Phoenix, right? Okay, so how do I... There we go. Burn
Then the person
spot.
it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, it's wrong.
Has everything to do with TikToks because TikTok's stopped talking around 6. Yes.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Hi, Shava. Long time no
Which is
see.
where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. Ugh. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling
Hiro
people
is
they found a
angry.
way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Yeah. There's no struggle is more real than a PC port.
Pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Where's the little broken piece? Ta-da! Ta-da!
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from, I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden
I like
on
how he
Hifumi.
didn't bother checking that before they got to the trial.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from its death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all
Yeah,
this,
he finally
Hifumi
wowed!
was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Sorry, no.
No.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Celeste!
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Walrus.
What are you calling a walrus?
Uh-oh, ponytail is spiky, ponytail is spiky!
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
Life?
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
That's exactly the conclusion I came to as well. See, me and Byakuya are like peas in a pod. A hateful
Hell yeah,
pod.
it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
As soon as this trial is done, if we have time, I want to do Batman.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi? What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make an appearance!
What? Oh, that's a nice response.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was
There.
it Justice Hammer 3?
I'm answering your question right there. Why do I have to do it in this particular way? So stupid.
Sounds like a Justice Hammer. Check out murdergear.com.
Well, one thing, the murder weapon had to be one of the Justice
No,
No, that's wrong.
not Justice Hammer.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
The exact same thing, only not painted.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
I like how Mimi's like, if Shava gets muted, I'll pick up the slack for Shava. Not, I'll protest I will fight, and we will all stand together to get Shava unmuted. It'd be like, no, don't worry, I got your back, Shava. I will talk enough for the both of us.
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
It's a wooden hammer covered in blood. You'd think it'd be stained.
I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones,
Some as big as your head.
and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not? Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Ooh, let's try and grab it.
In this case, however, there were two murders.
Survive. Assuming the rule holds true.
No!
Got it.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked
Can
their
somebody
target and
just
managed
say
to
it's
convince him
Celeste,
to go along
please?
with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at that.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
Really only one person who seems to fit. Finally! Finally!
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me that thumbs up if you did. And subscribe if you want more content. Thanks again, guys. Alright. Bye. What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? Oh my.